The Supreme Court has ruled that the Trump administration can end census field operations early in a blow to efforts to make sure that minorities are properly counted in the crucial once-a-decade tally. The decision is not a total loss for plaintiffs in a lawsuit challenging the administration's decision to end the count early. They managed to get nearly 2 extra weeks of counting people as the case made its way through the courts. However, it increased the chances the Trump administration retaining control of the process that decides how many congressional seats each state gets, and by extension, how much voting power each state has. There is still time if you haven't filled out the census yet to get it done, but not much. The Supreme Court ruled the count will end later this week.
Gabriela Becerra checked how well Dane County is doing and why Madison's mayor wants everyone to finish before the deadline.
The U.S. Census has a lot of power to determine what goes on in your city, from government representation to government funding. That's why local leaders are encouraging people to sit down and get it done.
We have basically 24 hours.
That short window could change what the next 10 years will look like. Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway says each person in Madison who fills out the census brings in about $2,000 in government funding every year over the next decade. So the city could be losing out on $20,000 for every person who doesn't fill it out.
10 minutes, write 9 questions, and you get $2,000 a year for your community every year for the next 10 years. It seems like very simple math to me.
The Census Bureau says it gathered information from more than 99.9% of housing units. Rhodes Conway says that's not enough.
We know our community is growing more diverse in many, many ways, and we really want that represented in the census.
In Dane County, 78% of households responded to the census without a census worker needing to show up, according to the Census Bureau. Rhodes Conway says it's important to make sure that the census doesn't ignore the hard-to-reach communities.
We don't want to miss that last 1%, right? Those are the folks that are the hardest to count and in some ways are the most important to be counted.
Online census counting will end at 11:59 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time on Thursday. Here in Madison, that's 4:59 a.m. on Friday. The website is 2020census.gov. You can also return your census by mail, but it will have to be postmarked by October 15th. I'm Gabriela Becerra, News 3 Now.
Census takers will stop following up with homes that haven't responded tomorrow.